welcome to Talk Time. I'm Eric G. Williams, better known as E, and I got my partner here,
Inspirational Rob.
Inspirational Rob, and we're bringing you the best in information and entertainment. We're going to call it infotainment. So we're not going to belabor the time. We're going to get right to it. We got a phenomenal guest here today.
Yeah, we do.
She goes by the name of Rocky Campbell. Welcome. We're so glad to have you. And she's a leader in the hair industry, and she's a blogger, but she has a phenomenal story that we're going to get into as well. So we just want to welcome you, first of all, and tell us a little bit about what you've done and where you are in the industry.
Okay, let's see. So, of course, everyone knows my name is Rocky. I am a hairstylist, a licensed hairstylist. I've been in the hair industry for 34 years now. I had to
34 years.
34 years.
You only look 38.
Yeah, really.
Well, I appreciate that. Thank you. But yeah, I've been doing hair for like 34 years. I have my own salon and been running it for, I've been running my own business for like 18 years.
Wow.
So I've been blessed in that aspect. So I'm grateful for that. And then I started my own fashion beauty blog it's been 3 years ago, entertheredroom.com. So the Red Room blog is official. And then in 2020, in the midst of the pandemic, November, I started my own Rouge Essential hair and skin line.
That's what's
I
up.
love it.
So that's
Yeah. And people don't know, you and I go way back.
We do. Me and Eric go way back. But
Yeah. She used to say we were a little bit, me and my crew, she used to say we were a little bit arrogant. But that was absolutely not the case. There was just a slight age gap. So
a very small.
Well, if you say 16 and then you would have been 13, I couldn't pick you up from middle school.
Right.
It just wouldn't have been right.
Good point.
Yeah.
Good
It just
point.
wouldn't-
When you
yeah.
break it down like that, I guess. Yeah.
But you've always been classy. You've always been a dresser, which I can see now that leads you into your profession. The Red Room. Why did you choose red?
Red is my favorite color.
Okay.
You know,
Red.
we set this chair just for you.
I know.
We
I
went out and got
want
this
to
chair
say how much
just
I
for you.
appreciate the red chair.
Yeah,
I love the red chair, and I thank you guys for that. I was a bit surprised when I came in. I was like, I got a red
We
chair.
trying.
We tried.
But but red's my favorite color.
Okay.
So I had to go with something that was me.
Okay.
The blog it's definitely it's a women's empowering fashion beauty blog.
Okay.
But it has to look like me at the same time because this is also my baby. So So
Now your style is kind of like eclectic. We were talking earlier about in high school. You said now you didn't know you were poor.
we were a tad bit proper, but I don't think any of us in our age group, none of us, ones that were, we didn't really know because our parents kept that from us. They made sure that we had everything needed. But we were struggling. It was just me and my mother was a single parent. So
So you said you developed a sense of fashion style because you couldn't necessarily go Gucci.
Yeah, I couldn't do the Gucci boots, the red
But you
Gucci
can go
boots
Uchi.
and the silk blouses
Okay.
and stuff. So, but I mean, the reality of it is, I never really longed for that. It was like I had my own style. I liked other stuff. Everybody else was wearing 14 karat gold. I preferred silver then. Well, now everybody is into both, but that was just my. My style.
So you got your own style. That's what it sounds like to me.
Yeah. Were you always confident though?
I was always confident in that, yes.
Okay.
I was the weird thing is that I was extremely shy growing up, but I was always confident in how I dressed or how I looked. I was comfortable with that part, but I was shy. Like I didn't speak up much growing up. And when I tell people that have known me now, they're like, you lying.
Yeah.
Because I am very straightforward and very open, and I don't have a problem communicating at all now, but I was painfully shy in high school.
So what broke that?
Experience. Life,
Having to speak up.
Yeah. You go through some stuff. You gotta talk.
Especially
Detroit.
That too. So yeah.
Being a business owner.
And being a business owner, there's no way in the world I think I could have ran a business or even been in the hair industry. Period. If I didn't have a voice, you gotta So.
That's true.
And to run a business, what you gotta talk.
That's true.
Because especially when you want things done the way you want them, you gotta talk about it. You gotta speak up about it. So yeah.
You got I know you got a compelling story. I think that kind of even jives, maybe comes into play with that whole shyness though. But you got a compelling story. We're gonna get into that a little bit later. But I can see now
where that developed from.
Yeah, and why you had to develop too.
Mm-hmm.
You found your voice. And we're gonna talk about some of that.
Hey, but what I do want to say is, now, where can they follow you first on Instagram and social media?
You can follow me on Instagram at Rocky_the Red Room. On Facebook.
Rocky_the Red Room.
Rocky_the Red Room on Instagram.
On Instagram, IG.
IG.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you help me out here.
I got you.
Really irritating the mouthpiece. And Facebook.
And Facebook.
Facebook is the Red Room blog. And that is the blog page. And then Rocky Campbell.
So now
all that's on Facebook.
All that on social media. Now you do some phenomenal stuff. You embody personalities. And if people
channel.
Channel. That's the right word. Get me right.
Channeling.
Right, it's channeling.
Yeah.
So some of the people you've channeled have been
Billie Holiday.
And what was the inspiration behind that?
I love Billie Holiday.
Who doesn't?
I love Billie Holiday.
She's an icon.
Yeah, to me she's an icon. She's
Classic
a legend.
too.
I have her pictures in my salon on the wall.
Okay. You
I-
got an old soul.
I,
Where you discover Billie Holiday from?
I mean,
It just-
I do. That's somebody that stood out for me.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, and with her story is deep to me.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the reason I chose to channel her is because most people, when they think about Billie Holiday, they think of the fact, basically, she was a drug addict. She was bisexual. She was an alcoholic.
Okay.
But nobody really stems on the fact she was an artist. She was a class, and she was fly.
Yes.
And nobody talks about that. So
yes,
to me, it was important to put that out on camera to show, even
Somebody did that. What was that? Andre? Who did that?
Andre Day.
Did she do
The
that
Billie Holiday story? Yeah.
Oh,
She did a phenomenal
did.
job too.
I didn't see it
I
yet.
haven't seen
She
it
did a
yet, but I
phenomenal
heard she
job.
really brought out all of that.
She
What you
did.
talking about?
She did, and that even inspired me even more.
Mhm.
And I was like, because it was some stuff that I didn't even know as much as I thought I knew until I really saw that. So
Did she win an award?
She did.
She
I
did.
think.
she did.
Yeah,
It wasn't an Oscar, was it? No, was it
I don't remember. I know she won an award, but
Yeah, I saw
She-
Walker win the award. But everybody speaks
I
very
didn't
highly
see
of
it.
her
Did you see
performance.
it?
I did not see it.
I didn't see it.
it was excellent. She did a phenomenal job.
vocally.
That everything that to me was way better than the whole Berry Gordy and Diana Ross. Because to be honest, I felt that what Andre Day did, that movie was real.
Okay.
And when I did my research and looked at documentaries and everything, that was it right there. The whole Lady Sings the Blues with Diana Ross, and no offense, but that wasn't real.
But that's what I heard though, because I forget it was a morning show or something, one of those morning shows. They were talking about. They went into that, and they were talking about, and I didn't know, and I feel bad about it. I didn't know that this woman's story was that compelling. I'm talking about. She's iconic, but she was deep though.
She was.
I'm gonna have to go check her out now.
Deep.
And honestly, not only that, Billie was a beautiful woman. Before all the drugs and all that, she was really a beautiful woman. But do you ever hear people really say how beautiful she was? You don't hear that either. So,
unfortunately,
so the whole channeling Billie was it was.
And
definitely,
who else?
You got her all in.
Janet Jackson.
That was my favorite.
Now that one I was real nervous on that one.
Wow.
Really?
Because that one was challenging. That was really challenging.
Wow. How so?
It was Janet.
Yeah.
You know,
Janet, that's a bad girl.
You cannot,
It's a bad girl.
Yeah. So, and again, I love her. I've always loved her too.
So what do you hope to accomplish when you're doing that? What is that saying to your audience? What are you trying to bring out?
Well, basically, I'm trying to bring out their story. Well, with Janet, it was a little different. Janet, the story behind the whole channeling Janet is that one thing I love about Janet is that she's who she is. She's very comfortable in her sexuality.
Yeah.
She's very comfortable being sexy,
Yeah.
but classy at the same time. And the one thing that I always try to talk about in the blog is about how being able to love who you are and exude sexiness with class.
And that's possible, isn't it?
It's very possible, but a lot of people have a hard time with it. That is either they all over here or they all over here, and it's like you can't. It's a difference between hoochie and.
So how you? The reason why this I like this because how do you?
I can tell.
How do you?
He's like. So, hold on, wait a minute.
So how do you navigate that? How do you find that balance? Because if it was easy, people would be doing it. Because it is. I mean, to me, there's nothing more sexy, nothing more appealing than a woman having that classiness, but yet being having her in touch with her sexuality and all that. It's amazing to me.
Yeah.
But
it's a thin line, though.
How do you do that?
It's a thin line.
It is a thin line.
Give me the thin line.
It is.
It is because you can just like.
You got us sitting up. We like.
Yeah, you got us sitting up now. We got to sit up.
I mean, you got some people that feel that they're sexy and they'll have on like leggings and a crop top and some heels, and they consider that sexy. Well, see that you crossed over.
Right. I've seen it all sexy. Now. Right. No.
That why isn't that sexy? Or is that just eye appeal? Or is that,
I feel like, to me,
in your opinion,
when you're sexy. First of all, let's say this: some people exude natural sexy.
That's true.
Such as Janet Jackson.
Okay.
Right. Janet looked like she could wear a comforter, and you like, dang.
Ain't that the truth?
Where you get that from?
Right.
Isn't that the truth?
You see how it wrapped around her?
Yeah.
So I think that's what I mean. And then you have some people that there's just different type of sexy, and it's just when it's natural, you don't have to do anything. You have to do much.
You don't.
And that's when I channeled her. I love that she's comfortable in her skin. But you don't look at Janet as, oh, she nasty. You look at her like she's still classy.
Right.
So
So where do you think you fall in that category?
Oh, don't ask me that.
Okay, all right. But I want you to think about it. You don't have to answer it, but think about that. Because you know what I thought about that? Because I like to think I'm a thinker.
Yeah.
So you talked about when you were in school and stuff like that, and you didn't have to have the high end stuff. You had your own style.
I liked it, but I wasn't pressed
but
to have
it. But you didn't need to have it.
Sometimes I did say, dang, I wish I had them boots. But if I'm hearing you right, you also felt like, hey, you know what? I can rock this and be good. Yeah.
Or I can do it. So is that a part of being in, because sexuality is being in touch with yourself.
Absolutely.
Okay, so is that all a part of that?
Yeah,
because I think you get that at an early age.
It is.
Well, it's kind of innate to a degree.
Yeah, it absolutely is. You have to be comfortable with yourself and comfortable in your skin,
Yep.
And so, to be honest though, it did take me a minute I have to be honest with this, and I talk about this a lot too. Even though I was comfortable with that part in school, it took me a long time to be comfortable with, to be honest, how I looked.
Really?
Because I was cool with how I dressed, but I never thought I was pretty. Never. And then in high school, I didn't have a boyfriend. I had, I went to prom. Me and my best friend went to prom. I mean, now that's what's up. That's what you do.
Yeah,
but
that wasn't the way it was.
And people, I'm sure people are always telling you, you're pretty. You're pretty. You believe it?
I mean, now they say it, but in high school, I wasn't. First of all, when I graduated, it was in '86. '86, big eyes wasn't hot. That wasn't cute. Okay.
It is now.
It was, but I mean, then I was self-conscious of that.
Okay.
And then I've never been skinny. So back in school then, a lot of my friends, they were all smaller than me. So I wasn't, really? I was basically the same that what I am now. But then that was like, Okay. So I did battle with, I had self-esteem issues.
Really?
Then, so yeah.
So how does the blog help people now with self-esteem issues?
Well, my blog, I try to, even when I'm putting out posts or putting things on the website, everything is centered around empowering women of all ages, letting people know of any size, you can wear this, but this is how you can wear it. Okay. Showing people, oh, you want to have your back, you can wear your back out, but let me show you how we're going to do this.
Okay.
So, or letting people know, not only that, I talk a lot about being in an abusive relationships. A lot of abusive relationships affect women mentally to where they feel as though their self-esteem is shot anyway. So I speak a lot on just how to encourage yourself when there is no one else in that room. And then I talk about God a lot. I always, everything that I've been through, everything I have to say, first and foremost, it was God that actually helped me to become the person I am, to be comfortable in my skin and be comfortable with who I am. So I have to, that first off.
Yeah, of course.
So.
Of course. I want to go back to something. You said, you didn't think you were pretty. You didn't think you that. Here's the amazing thing, though. I bet you the guys knew you were. I bet you they did.
I don't know.
I bet you they did. I bet you they did.
They didn't tell you.
They didn't say nothing.
But I tell you, but quiet as kept too. I was one of them guys. I was shy too, and even though
you was shy.
Oh God. Eric,
I don't know you. I don't remember you being shy.
Really?
Maybe approaching girls. I mean, that's a different thing.
That's my point. Okay, that's what I'm getting. Approaching girls, I had a real issue with that.
Okay.
Now, I had girls in high school, they wanted to locker with you, wanted to hang with you, wanted to hang out with you. And I was just like, I would just blame it on I'm busy and be like, because I was shy.
Yeah.
I honestly wasn't comfortable in my own skin. I just was shy, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I didn't, what am I going to do with her?
Well, I think there's a difference between shy and lack of esteem.
Right.
Well, see, for me, I was both.
Right.
Okay.
So you got two.
So what steps can a person take to build their esteem?
I mean, first of all, you have to. The first thing you have to understand who you are and realize that you are beautiful, and that no matter what, you have to get to that point of saying, okay, I am beautiful. I mean, I am going through this situation where I feel like I'm not, but really, you know what, I am. And sometimes even for me, I had to look at when I finally got to this point, sometimes I even had to place sticky notes around my mirror and actually get up every day and be like, you know what, you look good today, girl.
That's good.
You're beautiful. You're this, you're that. Literally, how they say speaking things into existence and things of that nature, like when you're speaking and you're talking and you're saying it. But when you say it and when you speak it, you got to walk that walk at the same time. You can't say, oh girl, you're beautiful. And then you all you have to, even if you are having a hard time doing it, when you say it, leave out that room and actually try to promote what you're saying. Even if you got to be like, oh God, okay, I don't know if this is right, but I'm going to try it anyway. I'm going to do it. So a lot of times you have to talk yourself through it. And prayer, and you have to be consistent with it. For me, the blessing of it too is that, I had a strong mother. So, and my mother never made me feel like my self-esteem was shot or I was ugly or, your mom always say you're pretty anyway.
That's right.
But even when you
or you're precious.
Yeah.
You ain't pretty, but you precious.
Our mothers. There's a lot of moms out there. Yeah. It's like what do they call it? The step. What's that? The woman, the fairy tale. The godmother, whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, some
evil.
Yeah. Some women, some girls. I believe, and I guess we'll probably talk about this in the next segment or whatever, but a lot of them, they just don't have that support from their mother.
Well, I think in this generation now, more so now.
Especially now, but I mean, I would say probably even, I probably like you and probably like you, E, is that I consider myself extremely blessed. I had one of them, I had my mom who raised 12 kids all by herself.
Jeez.
After my youngest sister was born, my dad and my mom split. Mm-hmm. So he left her with 12 children. Now, he was a good person, but there's a whole lot of other issues. We can talk about that later. But they split. My mom was a phenomenal woman. Mm-hmm. And you know, one child, right? And I'm sure your mom was phenomenal. I know your mom was phenomenal. Mm-hmm. We just happen to be blessed. But I do remember some kids whose moms were off the chart. Yeah. Even at our age, even back then, were off the charts and they just weren't good. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And so how does a young woman even learn when that mother's not there like ours was? We just happen to have been tremendously blessed.
Oh yeah. We had a good foundation, so
you know what I'm saying.
You're thankful for that.
Yeah, but I think that's where women like you come into play for mentorship and stuff like that. That's why I'm impressed with the Red Room. I'm impressed with that because they need it. They need it. It's like a calling, though, isn't it?
I don't know. I guess, I never, and I don't, look, I don't want people to think
It's
that.
a calling.
Okay.
Go ahead and go.
No,
ahead.
I mean,
it's a passion.
It is a passion.
It's a passion. I've seen your passion.
I see so many, and I don't know everything, and I'm not trying to say I do, but I've experienced a lot, and I know what I went through, and I feel like I see so many young women that are just. My heart goes out sometimes when I see them, and I'm like, oh, they just all over the place, and and again, I made a lot of mistakes growing up, but again, I had that mother to reel me back in, so I could only go so far.
Yeah.
So a lot of the young ladies I see now, they, like what you said, they don't have that.
They just don't.
And I just think it's important that we as women know who we are. That's right. Know our worth, our strengths. Know that at the end of the day, the world can't be ran without us.
Oh, come on. Girls
right,
rule the world, huh? Come on, Beyonce. That is real talk. Hey, you get no fight out of me.
It's real talk. That is real talk. I tell, but you know what? When I say stuff like that, people think you're like, yo, you are patronizing, or you trying to be. No, but I'm telling you.
It takes everybody.
I'm telling you, and I'm gonna tell you, and women, and this is not just hype, just because she's sitting here. But women see stuff that guys just don't see.
We do.
Absolutely.
We do.
I mean, that intuition.
I mean, in business, even that's why I just don't diss to people who didn't vote for Joe Biden, or whatever else. But that's why when Joe Biden picked Kamala Harris, I believe, first of all, I believe that's the reason why he won. Okay. Secondly, I believe that's the reason why he's having some level of success. Because he's able to hear things and see things and glean from a person that is not of the same sex. Because men, we have our strengths. Yeah. And in a lot of areas, we don't see, we don't have the intuition, we don't have that thing that them women have. And she brings that to the table. Yeah. I believe this is the reason why he's having the success that he's having at this early stage is because of that woman. Okay?
Absolutely, yeah.
And so I tell people all the time, if you don't have a woman with you, you're missing out.
Yeah, yeah.
You're not going to be all that you can be. Yeah. Whether that's a corporation, whether that's a church, whether any organization. Yeah. You have to have that. So I'm a woman advocate. I am, because I know
Black woman advocate. Me too.
But I might
love
be because
the
of my
black
mom
woman
too, though, because I see how I saw the strength in her, and I saw the strength in her and what she brought to the table. An amazing woman. Yeah,
absolutely. Right? Yeah. And you're an amazing woman. We're gonna wrap this segment up, but we gotta get into the next segment. Okay. We're gonna talk about how you were able to evolve into the woman you are, because you've been through some trials, some tests, a few. Because on in your story, in your history, you talk about overcoming abuse, which is a serious subject. Yes. One thing I did want to ask you, and then we'll end this segment, is how does a woman of today that is being bombarded with such imagery, now everything is in your cell phone, how do they establish their esteem when I'm bombarded with imagery? Wow. And it's gotten better. Now plus size women are celebrated, but still not at the level of these IG models. Yeah.
Right. I mean, it's really about, you have, again, as I say, it goes back to you knowing who you are. Understanding that this is, first of all, what people need to know is that the things that they see, a lot of that's not reality. A lot of
that's so true.
They get so engulfed and they're like, oh, I want to look like that. Like, they don't look like that. They look like that a couple months ago. Yeah. They paid for their, and not everybody, but I'm just saying. So we have to understand that. When I really pay attention to that, that's what makes me comfortable, because I'm like, for real, okay. So.
But this is not hyperbole too. We're gonna talk about this. We'll wrap it up here, but I'm gonna tell you, when you see Rocky. The skin is amazing. It's amazing.
And where do they get their products from, Rocky? That's a great way to segment into.
What they call it? They do on Instagram.
Filters.
This is live.
This is live.
Filters filters are nice though.
Yeah, filters work, but you don't want to take that filter off and be like, nah, what's your name again?
Absolutely.
Exactly.
So where can they find you again on social media?
You can find me at intotheredroom.com is the website. Or Instagram is Rocky.
Slow that down.
Okay, let me slow it down.
Entertheredroom.com. ENTER. I went to Henry Ford. ENTERTHEROOM.com.
Just
enter the room. Just
redroom.com.
enter it. That's the way to remember it.
No W's. Just entertheredroom.com.
All right.
That's the website.
I got that.
IG Rocky_the Red Room. On Facebook, the Red Room blog.
Excellent.
Awesome.
Did I do good?
You did phenomenal.
You just dissed. I know you just dissed Cooley High School.
He
So
did.
I did.
He did.
No,
And
I went slow because I went from
those of you that know
4.
about Detroit Cooley High, he just dissed.
They're Cooley
He
alumni.
hates.
I'm Henry Ford. Sweet. Brown to gold. That's going way back to time. We want to thank you for tuning in to Talk Time with E and
Inspirational Rob
and our guests
Rocky.
And we'll be back. We got another segment we're gonna talk about, and we're gonna talk about how she overcame abuse. But thank you for joining in. Like, share, comment, and we see you next time on Talk Time with Inspirational Rob and E.